Hello friends, Laura Whitfield here, your independent Scentsy consultant with Laura's Aroma Retreat. And tonight is technically kind of sort of a double shoot for me because we're going to dive into my empties, but I also went live in my community group just a little bit ago and unboxed a fantastic rewards haul, which I will also share with you guys here. But I need to address my basket. So I had told you guys that I was going to, like, I had shot an empties video, right? Like, sorry, double shoot, needed some water. I had shot an empty shoot before I was leaving for Florida, and that I was going to share it here. And then, like, I got to, like, really thinking about two things. One was in my melting basket, right? Like, it was all basically club bars, truthfully. Like, I went through those few weeks, like, really needing to cling on to things that like sparked my memories, and I don't know, just like I needed familiarity through the holidays. And not only that, like, we didn't have a whole host of like limited edition bars that had come out during that time frame. And if I did have a couple of ones in there that were part of a collection or whatever, right? Like, they're gone. They're just gone, and I'm sorry. So it didn't seem like I needed to actually share what I had been warming because you really couldn't get any of it, right? And like, it's not my goal here to make you super jelly about things that I have that you can't get. My goal here is obviously to share my thoughts on some of the things that like we have, right? Like when you're decision making about trying new fragrances or testing things out. Like, I know that you guys depend heavily on this YouTube community to share our reviews of things. Not that like there's no club bars in here, right? There are definitely bars from my club. That's why I have a club. But I didn't want to just like solely share things that you can't, it doesn't matter when I think about them. And in addition to that, like, I was in a really bad spot. I was in a bad spot. I really, really struggled for about 6 weeks through the holidays, which you guys know. And it was not my best video. I have joined a community called Safe Speak, okay, through Instagram. And if you guys, like, I'm trying to get more consistent on Instagram, honestly, but I suck at it. I really do. Like, I forget that it's there. So, like, when you do what I do, yeah, like, you feel kind of like a little bit of this pressure to be good at all of the things. And like, that's just not a reality. You can't be good at all of the things. And like, that's not my community, not my space. Like, I am old school with Facebook, and I feel like YouTube is pretty progressive, but like, these are my two areas where like I love to be, where I can talk to people, connect to people, hear people. And like, I don't feel that way necessarily about Instagram for myself. But I started to, like, I don't know, like, seek out other people like me. And I know that there are quite a few, and I hate this word, like, it stinks. Like, there's quite a few widows here now who have watched me or watch me. You've left me comments. You have sent things to me and the kids. And like, I'm gonna be honest, I sucked at sending thank you cards on the first stint of it. Like, I'm big on like sending thank you cards to people. And I just, like, I sucked at it because it was like, okay, I love this and I appreciate this. But like, the reality of having to do something with it was like overwhelming. And I'm still finding like myself in an overwhelming space a lot of the time. So like, I've started to make progress on things, but like, you'll hear me talk about in the live that I just did earlier, that like, I'm finding that like I can do one project and then I need like a week off, right? Like and then there's small things, right? Like, hey, we're not going to do that. Stop grumbling. There's small things like painting where we installed the new outlet where there was drywall work, like sanding that down and painting it. Like, it's so stupid. Like, it's such a small thing, right? But like, it's exhausting. It's mentally exhausting and mentally draining to do these things, because every time I change something or something new comes along, or there's a moment like, Haley reading the alphabet book to me the other day. Like it's hitting me hard. Like him not being here is hitting me hard in some of the weirdest freaking ways. So anyway, so I've found this gal, Heather Quizzle, who is on, I mean, she's further in her journey than I am, but she's on like the same widowhood journey, and she's amazing. She's super candid. And I was watching her private live, because I didn't even realize there was a back room for Instagram. But there is for, that they get, like, the presenter or whatever, the person can set up. And I was watching her last night, and she was talking about, how she's in a place in her life where, like, in the beginning, she needed everybody to know that her partner was gone, that her husband was gone. And she's reaching this point where, like, she doesn't want to just be the train wreck that everybody watches. And it resonated with me so much, because that's exactly why I scrapped my last Empties video, right? Like, it's okay for me to feel what I'm feeling, to need the downtime, to need and I've been crying all freaking week, okay? It has been an amazing freaking week. I closed out I'm gonna move this just a little bit. I closed out level 3 of our fall incentive, which is the trip. Okay, so the Scentsy incentive trip. And originally, quite frankly, I had zero intention. Like, I was not even going to go for it. I was not going to go for it. When I figured out that I was on track to earn a certain level, I was going to take Scentsy Family Reunion fully paid for. Okay, and I will throw my income disclosure down in the description box, because I'm required by law and yada, 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 right? But, like, anybody can frickin' do this, okay? You can be anybody and do this. Is it work? Yeah. But anywho, it's the best. I don't want to get kicked off Instagram or off YouTube here. It is the best freaking job on the planet to be able to share this stuff with you guys. Like, it's okay for me to go there, and it's okay for me to be in those moments, but, like, I do not want to be the girl that you guys tune into and be like, oh, is she gonna be crying again today? Let's check it out. Like, I don't want that to be the only thing that I am forever and ever, right? And I go on a world tour in a couple weeks, and, like, I know I have a presence on here. I know that a lot of people on this channel here are consultants themselves, and, like, the last thing that I want to do is walk into these Scentsy events this year and they're really like, that's the one whose husband died. Like, yes, I am that one. I'm the one whose husband died while I was at Scentsy Family Reunion. I am, but, like, I don't want that to be the only thing people in Scentsy associate with me, as she's the chick who cries on YouTube, okay? So I scrapped it. I had scrapped it before I watched this last night, but, like, it clicked in me, because that's exactly the way that I felt when I decided I was not going to post that, right? Like, because I was just super sad. I was super sad, and I got rid of it, because really I was just crying over all the bars that reminded me of him and my grams, and I don't want to go there today. So, all right, we're almost 10 minutes in, and I have not addressed this at all. But, by the way, we're about to get, I think we're supposed to get like 4 feet of snow, so let it snow somewhere else. It has been doing that, and it's our turn. It's about to be our turn, but Haley has an e-learning day tomorrow. I already had scheduled for like teacher training or whatever. So I'm homeschooling her tomorrow. Wish me luck. And then when I looked at the weather, I messaged Nuggy's teacher and was like, by the way, she's not coming tomorrow. I'm going to let the monster sleep. And her teacher sent back, I don't blame you, with lots of like cry laughing faces. So, I'm sure her teacher is thrilled to have less kids tomorrow. So anywho, let's dive into the basket because as you can see, it's overflowing. And I'm now being attacked by product. So, all right, we'll just start with the attacking product, okay? We have a couple sets of pods here. So this first one up is Swirling Snowflakes. So this was from our winter collection, Christmas collection, whatever. This was like this was an odd one, okay? So this was like kind of reminds me a little bit of frosted vanilla, but without that like thick taste that I got in my mouth from that. But it's that same kind of like minty, fresh, linen-y kind of quality to it. So I had these ones going in my laundry room, which I felt was an appropriate space for it. And I just swapped these out for some pods and pink cotton. So I still am hardcore on my mission to use the things I have been hoarding from flash sales. It's the truth. Pods are one of my things that I hoard because I can't get it again, right? Like I can't part with that. And then I've like amassed this collection of flash sale items, and you will be proud of me for the things that I got in the flash sale this time. And again, I'm addressing that in the live that I did. But I mostly got buddies to donate to the school. So anywho, replace that with pink cotton. Lovely laundry room scent. I love to take pink cotton with me all over the place, but I have to use the things I have because I've got like 20 pod packs of pink cotton and like sugared strawberry and blueberry cheesecake, and like it is a mission. It is a mission to cut back on my hoard. Okay. Let's see. What did I pull out of the bathroom? In the downstairs bathroom, we have the wall fan diffuser as well. And I have pods and Arctic Kiss. There's like this little hint of melon left, but it's not enough. And I have to have the bathroom door closed now, by the way, at all times, because the puppers, my little puppy Pie, is eating out of the garbage can. Like she's tearing everything out of it. So like the kids throw tissue in there, whatever ends up in a downstairs bathroom, like a main bathroom garbage can, she's eating the contents of said garbage can. So like I'm keeping my bathroom door closed now so that she doesn't get in there and eat. And like I'm trying to get the kids to keep the door closed too. And if not, I'm like right behind them shutting it. But like when I walked in there, small bathroom, closed space, I could no longer smell these. Like I have to have my nose up on it. And I'm not a big fan of Arctic Kiss and the wax. That melon note is just too melon forward for me, but I do enjoy Arctic Kiss in the pods. So I have replaced that with Vanilla Bean Buttercream because that main bathroom is off the kitchen. And like I melt bakery in my kitchen, like exclusively in my kitchen. So I tend to put an additional bakery-esque type fragrance a lot of the time into that bathroom so that those scents flow nicely. Although with her newly discovering the downstairs garbage can, that might not need to be a thing anymore. Okay, I don't know. Valentine's bars. So Clementine Blossom. This is the one that I did most recently in the big room. I love this. I love this. It smells like an orange dreamsicle. Like it's got that creamy, like that super creamy vanilla to it. And like this clementine, like this orangey hint, like the same type of like orange that you get out of like Cutie Pie Cupcake is the same kind of orange that's in this. But instead of having like a cake base, it's just this really smooth, gorgeous vanilla. And it performed like a champion in my big room of all places. It's a one day and done, but I don't even care. Like, I'm not even mad about it. So this may go into my club for a very small stint where I get a couple of bars. And then it might stay. I might let it go. I don't know. So we're going to be doing club edit We're going to be doing Club Edit here soon because I've got some hard decisions to make and only 6 days to make them. Like, what is it? Yeah, like 6 days to make them or whatever before Bring Back My Bar is gone. And I've got to make some space. Like, there's some things I need to let go that I'm clearly not reaching for. But I'm like biding my time to the 28th. So it's going to be like a last minute thing so that I can see what is coming back for spring and summer. So consultants will get their first look at what is leaving and what is coming back on the 28th of this month. And I'm like biding my time to see what I can take out so I can see what room I really have and what room I don't. So I don't know. Clementine Blossom is a maybe. It's a maybe because I really liked it. And then I kind of had like a fruity, apple-y day type thing. I don't even remember what I did here. So I know these two went together. I forget what was in the other room. So I did apple cherry strudel in the kitchen. And this was a discovery from this year. From this season, actually. Like, I had never melted apple cherry strudel before. It's amazing. Okay? This is not something that I would put through my whole house, for sure. But, like, this apple cherry combo with, like, this little hint of, like, buttery bakery type, like, crust or something. Like, I can't even begin to describe it. But it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. And it is a powerhouse for, like, your for 6 to 8 hours. And then it just, like, dies. It does. Like, on day 2, right? Like, I still get that, like, strudel, like, croissant note. But all the sweetness is gone. But I'm not even mad about it because it is so stinking good while it is going. Let's be honest here, folks. I have enough wax, right? Like, it doesn't matter that it doesn't last that long to me because I have more wax than I could ever possibly need. Some days, it feels like. And then in the other front room here, I know I did Autumn Road Trip. So I was, like, complimenting that fresh apple, right? Because I am full on just over all of the heaviness of winter and fall. Like, I am done. I want fresh. I want clean. I want zingy. I want it all. Like, I want all the happy scents. And I feel like Autumn Road Trip is not specifically fall for me, right? Like, you've got that tiny little hint of the silver oak in the back, but it's really like this beautiful fresh apple with that depth, like that oak brings it depth. And it's wonderful. That will go into my club because chances are Autumn Road Trip, just in the name alone, will retire for the summer season. That one, if they didn't bring it back, I would be heartbroken. Okay. We've done a couple bars of Dumbo around the house here. So Dumbo is one of, like, my go-to bars when I need a quick freshen, like pick me up, freshening of the house. It's just this beautiful, like, vanilla citrus combo. And did you guys see the Dumbo warmer in the flash sale? He's so cute. Okay, so I grabbed 2. Now the only reason I grabbed 2 of Dumbo is because I had technically my co-parent, right? So, like, my stepkid's mom. So my co-parent of 2 of my kids. And we have been co-parenting for 10 years. You've heard me talk about her before. Like, we're really good friends. I love her. She's an amazing woman. But she had made mention to me that one of her best friends had done the nursery in Dumbo, like their baby nursery in Dumbo. And I think the baby was born a couple months ago or whatever. Because we were talking a few months back and she was like, well, if they ever bring anything Dumbo, let me know because I want it for the nursery for this baby. So I threw one in my cart for her and I'm like, I didn't get Dumbo when he came out, but we know I have, like, a love affair with the Dumbo bar. And I feel like at $25, I needed the missing piece. I was, however, super sad to see that the full-size Dumbo Buddy was not in set flash sale. Timothy the Mouse was, but I don't call that buddy selling out. And I will tell you that if that ever shows up in some sort of flash sale, like I will be all over that. Like if they bring out the Dumbo Buddy and the Dumbo scent packs, I'm going to need like 40 of the scent packs because I'm down to like 2 because that's the kids' like go-to fragrance. And I need a Dumbo. I need one. I did do a stint of Bright Cider Life. So I did that in both of the rooms here. I just did one scent throughout. It's so good. It's so good. Like I feel like back at the beginning of fall, we had so many scents come out, right? Like all the new scents that I was trying to get through. And I missed this bar. I missed Bright Cider Life. And again, this is one that I will melt all year round. There is something about this apple, like apple in general, where like I don't feel specifically that it's fall. Like apples and spices fall, yes. The regular apple, not so much. And Bright Cider Life does have like cider spices to it, but there's no cinnamon in it, which to me, like this is just, it's just wonderful. It is a wonderful mix. Bright Cider Life will also be going in my club before the season is out. I did samples of banana leaf and bamboo. So this was in our whiff box. Okay, and full disclosure, I have a second one coming through my club. It's my half off in my monthly club. But they told us, right? Like they told us at month end that the whiff box, they're going to start using it for teasers. So on the first of the month, I immediately ordered the whiff box. And then I was like, okay, if I love it, I'll get a second one. And if I don't love it, I'll just take it out and get something else. Well, I loved the whiff box. We got so many amazing surprises in that whiff box. And this being one of them, this banana leaf and bamboo. But one of the things that I like to do when people are getting things from me is I like to do exclusive samples, right? So like I had a 10 bar special running, and I'm sorry, I can't stop screwing with my hair. If you notice, like I had it cut last week. I did take a personal care day. I really kind of like took 3 days off over this weekend. Again, to just reset myself. And I'm finding that I need to do that more frequently. Like I'm good to go for like a couple of days and then something hits me. And instead of just letting it like pull me completely under and not be able to catch my breath, like I'm taking a couple of days to myself. So this past weekend, my mom, or, Nuggie wanted to go with Grammy. She wanted to go with my mom because she hadn't seen her since Christmas because my mom got sick and then the kids got sick and like she hadn't seen her in a few weeks. So she wanted to go with Grammy, and my mom's like, yeah, of course. Well, drop Haley off at school. We'll meet and I'll just take, Elena with me for the day. And I'm like, okay, cool. So on a whim, I went and got my hair cut. It was down to about here. So they took off about 4 or 5 inches of just crunchy stuff because it had been over a year since I got a haircut. And it needed to be done. It needed to be done. Like it was crunchy. And it only took me like 15 minutes to straighten my hair today because now it's healthy and it's layered appropriately. And it was wonderful. And then I had to give the dog a bath, the puppy a bath. And my nails naturally are super paper thin all by themselves, which is part of one of the things that I love about using Color Street, that it like enhances my natural nails. But I broke 3 nails giving the puppy a bath. So I treated myself and went and got some dips done because I don't like my nails being all uneven and jank. And there's just something about having like my nails look nice that makes me feel good about me. And I know it sounds superficial or petty or whatever. But like I kept them on my own for a year because I had been getting my nails done for quite a while. And then we started the house and I'm like, well, there's no sense in doing that because we're building a wall, we're remodeling a kitchen, like we're doing all of these things. And I'm like, I'm just gonna take them off and let them go. And there's no sense in having them look nice while I'm ripping up 1970s yellow and green linoleum flooring, right? It just was pointless. But I took a day for myself. I did some self-care things to help me feel just like peaceful, really, like finding peaceful moments or activities, or my like making peace in my environment is something that I'm like super focused on. Like I feel this need to move, right? Like movement, progress, like I can't just stay stagnant, I guess is the right word, right? Like I feel this need to movement, but then I make the movement and I'm like, oh, I've emotionally exhausted myself and I need a minute. So I'm making this crap up as I go along. And in that moment where she got in the car with grandma, like I was just going to go home. And then I was like driving down the road and I was like, I'm going to stop and get a haircut. And then I was like, well, now my hair looks nice. And now I'm going to go get my nails done because I had to clip them all off from breaking one of them because I can't stand unevenness. So, it is what it is. But okay. So when my 10 bar specials came in, okay, I had this bar, banana leaf and bamboo, and I made samples with it, right? Like I've got a second bar coming, but like I like to do that. I like to have fun, exclusive things that I share with my people, right? That's half the fun of Scentsy. And it is absolutely the best stinking part of being a consultant is all the early access. Like I ordered the mango collection early access yesterday, and like I cannot wait to get my nose in that. But okay, so I'm like, this is what I get for trying to do 2 in one day. So banana leaf and bamboo. When I did the first sniff of this, the first thing that like whacked me in the face is green, like super plant green. And then when I tipped the bar out, sorry, I've got an itchy nose. On the bottom, it was just like this beautiful, gorgeous sweetness. Like there's this sweetness to it. And I'm like sniffing the top of the clam like I can sniff the bar. But I was very impressed with this. I was extremely impressed with this. So when I was making the samples, right, like that sweetness started to commingle with the green note. And this is lovely. This is lovely. I can 100% get behind this. And I'm not a green fan. Like if it smells like macerated plants in any way, shape, or form, I'm like, dude, I'm out. But this, however they concocted like this sweet mixture, it's perfect. It is the perfect amount of like fresh greens without being like smashed stem, because they added in that sweetness. I have a partial to share with you, which I don't think you guys have ever seen me do that before. So I have stolen. Okay, stolen's a terrible word. I have been inspired. I have been inspired by a fellow YouTuber here, Melissa Johnson Haight. Okay, she's one of my really good friends here on YouTube, and she is literally one of the kindest, sweetest, most genuine people in the entire planet, right? Like, and I've got a couple of really close YouTube friends. Catherine King is my other one. Like, she is my ride or die. I love to talk to that girl. Like, we send each other stuff from the real world, like not Scentsy related too. So like those two women on here, and I watch a lot of Scentsy YouTube. Okay, I do. Because those are my people, man. That's my tribe. But anyways, those two girls in particular are like, there's just this connection to them. So Melissa does this Melter's mixers, right? She does Melter's mixers. And I was trying to like change some stuff up in my community, make it a little more fun, make it not, I mean, honestly, I think my community's been fun this whole time, right? Like, but I wanted to just take it up a notch, take it to the next level, and grow myself, right? Like, I cannot do two in one night, dude. I've got a scratchy throat. Like, I don't know, just like grow and offer new content, offer new ideas, offer new things that I'm trying. And Melissa's videos for Melters Mixers led to me adding Mix It Monday to my community. Okay. And I do bakery, like for this mix, right? I do bakery exclusively in my kitchen. Like, I do not want bakery everywhere in my house. One of the things that I love about this house and that, you know, James and I fell in love with, right? Like, everybody's like open concept crazy. I don't like open concept. I really don't. I've got small children. And when we had an open concept house, like when you walk in, you feel like, oh, this is great. It's so open. And then the reality of it is that when you have small children, open concept just means free for all on the mess, right? Like, you can't keep it in one area. So open concept really just created an insane amount of stress for me because everything was everywhere. And there's like, when you're raising two babies, okay, you can't keep up. You can't keep up. I couldn't keep up as a partnership, and I sure as shit can't keep up with stuff now. Like, I am drowning, but I am in this space where I'm like, okay, if all I do today is clean the kitchen, like load my dishwasher and wipe down my counters, I've done a good job for the day. So I'm like learning to give myself permission to not have to do all of the things the way that we did all of the things as a partnership, right? But the house is compartmentalized. Like, I have clear sight lines from one end of the house to the next, right? Through the middle. But outside of that clear sight line where I could like peek my head around a corner and be like, Nugs, do not climb on that. Or Leia, put that down. You know, whatever the case may be, right? Like, I can peek my head into the middle and see anything that it is that I need to see. But they're individual rooms. They're clearly defined spaces, and I love that. So, bakery for me is kitchen. And the reason I'm doing this is because, like, I'm in the center, kitchen's there, big room's there. That's like, and I talk with my hands. So, like, you couldn't tell, right? So, anywho, bakery is strictly kitchen. Well, when I took the holiday stuff down, right? So, like, I had the gingerbread mini warmer on the buffet because that's like my coffee bar area. It's where my coffee pot is and my coffee supplies. And like, we specifically picked this cabinetry with a roll-out shelf so that the coffee mugs can go there, right? So like, having the mug warmer there, the pumpkin spice mini and then the gingerbread mini made perfect sense to me. But like, I don't have another mug. I don't have another mug. And the funny part is, okay, so I was doing a photo shoot with some of the Bring Back My Bars to offer like this coffee house bundle, right? Like, I came up with this idea for my team, and I'm like, okay, you know I'm doing the 10 bar bundles. They might not want to do that because you need X amount of people or whatever to make it work, right? So I was doing some mock photos of like this coffee bundle, and I had shared it into one of the groups of like the What Did You Share page, like where you share ideas and content. And I guess that picture went stinking viral. Okay. But I had used my Scentsy coffee mug and like tucked a wax bar in there. And everybody wanted it to be a warmer. Like, oh my God, I want that warmer. I need that warmer. And I'm like, I didn't think about it that way, that people were going to think because I put a wax bar in the cup that it was actually a warmer. But that would be an amazing warmer. Just give me a coffee mug warmer. Because like, again, when I took down my holiday stuff, I'm like, I don't know what to put there anymore. So I have 4 full-size warmers in that area, but the kitchen area, you guys have seen it in the past, is really long. It's like, it's a really long space. But without the minis in there, and, you know, like I had a mini in the coffee bar, I had an extra mini, whatever. Without the minis in there, I really only need 1 bar of wax. Okay, 1 bar of wax in my kitchen, which is fine. But because I wanted to do a combo for Mix It Monday, that's really where this tangent is going. I only needed 4 cubes from each bar. So I grabbed, and I'm sorry, neither one of these are available, but if you have them in your stash, it was kind of a really cool thing. My cutie pie cupcake, and then I mixed it with the gingerbread buttercream, right? So like I wanted to get, I don't really love gingerbread. Like I don't like the gingerbread. So I was trying to figure out what I'm doing with my bars of gingerbread buttercream. So I mixed the gingerbread buttercream to give it like a spiced orange cupcake kind of feel. And Cutie Pie Cupcake, man, is a performer because it really kind of drowned out the gingerbread buttercream. Like, this already has like that vanilla cakey sweetness. And, you know, truthfully, that was okay for me. So adding the gingerbread buttercream gave it just like another layer, like another element to it, like a little bit of depth. But I was trying to do like a spiced orange cupcake deal. And I'll finish out this combo because it was not bad. But Cutie Pie Cupcake for sure was the absolute winner of this combination. That's where I was going. My brain is shot, you guys. What I should have done is go the heck to bed. But when I start to see this overflow like that, it starts to geek me out. Did also finish a bottle of Counter Clean and Very Snowy Spruce. Y'all know I hoarded stuff, right? Like, again, we were talking about I need to get through some of my stash. It hurts my feelings to finish Very Snowy Spruce because I'm like, I only have 1 bottle left. But I have to use it. I have to use it. I've got to stop buying stuff if I'm not going to use it. So, finished my bottle of Counter Clean and Very Snowy Spruce. That was lovely. I did open, well, actually, I let people vote. So I have Blue Grotto and Make a Splash. Hands down, my whole community said, make a splash. Like, that apparently is your cleaner choice of the year. And I can't argue with it. I can't argue with it. I don't like Make a Splash wax, but gosh darn it, I like it in clean. Did a bar of Blackcurrant Bubbly. I don't know with what. I know it was in the front room. I think Blackcurrant Bubbly is making it back. I think it is. Or I know it was just in the flash sale. So hopefully you guys got some of that. Screwball. Love me some Blackcurrant Bubbly. I did do the bar of Pink Sunshine. I can live without this. That's the truth. I can live without this. This has got like this tart citrus twist to it. Like, I'm thoroughly enjoying it in the flower, you guys. So the flower is restocking on the 30th. You better be there at the time that it restocks because I'm going to tell you it's going to go like that. So anywho, I like it in the flower. I don't know. I wasn't super impressed with it in the wax, but like every time I go to sit down at my desk, right, this fragrance, like I'm like, oh, it's my flower. That's right. It's my flower. But wax wise, I could take it or leave it. It's just this, I don't know. Something's funky in the wax. I did a bar of Pristine Waters in my master. This is just like a super clean, slightly musky, like it's got like this musky undertone, almost like Maui Mist does, but not as strong as Maui Mist. It was good. It was good. This came in one of those 10 bar things that they did, the Oh So Fresh bundle or whatever. I'd melt that again. Not a super strong performer though, I will say that. Did a bar of Pineapple Crumble in the kitchen. Like, we are approaching needing to make decisions of what we can and cannot live without. Okay. Bring back my bar is coming sooner. And then we have all of February to figure out what we need to do with our club situation and what things we can live without and what things we can't. And so I'm needing to melt some of the things from the catalog to help make some decisions. Pineapple Crumble. I do love this. I thoroughly enjoy this bar. It's got this really nice tart cranberry to it. It's got a little bit of sweetness from the apple. And then you've got that little, like, I don't know, like buttery brown sugar note to it. Is it club worthy for me? Can I live without it? Probably. But I have to make sure. I have to make sure of these things because it's a tough decision. I did 2 bars of Elsa, The North Calls. This is so good on cold. Oh my goodness. And it's actually really good warming. It's not super strong. Like it's a medium. It's a light medium. So, but it's got this really nice, like clean fruity element to it. It's clean and it's fruity at the same time. And I can appreciate it for just how incredibly unique of a fragrance this is. It is very unique. We don't have anything like it. So I might pick up another 6-pack of this and that might do me. I don't know that I need it in my, I don't know that it needs a spot in my club, but we don't really have anything like it. So I don't know. I'm debating. There's the pod pack for Arctic Kiss, which we already talked about, the actual pods. And I know that I have extras of these in here. The Clementine Blossom. This was probably from making samples. Oh, this is monthly club. Okay. Bring Back My Bar, Crumb Top. Absolutely. Hands down. This is phenomenal. Okay. I did this in my kitchen. Okay. And I know that people are saying like Crumb Top is a really, really great mixer. And I'm sure that it is. Like, I'm sure that it is going to mix with anything that you want to put it with. It has got this brown sugar, like just on the verge of caramelizing it, right? Like if you've ever made Christmas crack, it's delicious, by the way. It's like saltine crackers, melted down, not like dipping chocolate, but like actual like cookie chocolate. Like why is the word escape? Nestle Toll House, the chocolate chips. Thank you. And then you like make your own toffee, like this pourable toffee. So you melt down butter, brown sugar, and vanilla. It's butter, brown sugar, and vanilla. And this has got that scent of like when you're standing over the stovetop and it's a slow melt, okay? Super slow melt or you will burn your crack. That's the scent that I get. Like that is what jumps out at me, like standing over this pot, like slowly stirring and incorporating all of these 3 ingredients to like get the brown sugar to melt down into the... I don't even want to mix it with anything. I don't want to mix it with anything. It's so good. It's so good. I want to eat it. It's so good. Did vanilla cream. This just smells like a vanilla coffee creamer to me. So it, not French vanilla. Okay. There's a very, very difference. It smells more like the one that I'm using right now, like the International Delight cannoli one where it's like just cannoli cream. It is rich. It is creamy. It's probably my favorite vanilla of things. Is it unique enough though? I don't know. Like I enjoyed it and it was a solid performer. Like it performed well. It lasted probably about 2-3 days. So it hangs on, like it's got longevity. But I don't know that I need this. I definitely don't need it monthly. I might go into my quarterly club for a stint and then we'll see if I'm reaching for it and it might have to come out. Or maybe I just pick up a 6-pack and run with it. I don't know. This one, 100%. Bring Back My Bar, monthly club, 2 bars a month, hazelnut latte. So I had never experienced hazelnut latte before now. I am speechless at how good this bar is. Like you get that tiny little hint of the coffee, right? Like it's not this smack you in the face, pure coffee, like you're standing over the coffee pot brewing, which personally, I don't mind, right? Like I love that fragrance, but this is on a whole nother level. whole nother level. It's got this rich, creamy, like it's comforting, like this scent. And again, like if you're not a huge coffee lover, right, like do not be afraid of hazelnut latte. It's just got this overall like warm, cozy, comforting, like you're sitting in front of the fire. You've got that warm, soft blanket. Like it just like heats you up on the inside type of fragrance, because you can just feel the comfort. It's comfort, and it's so stinking good. So good. This is out of my club, Moana Spirit of Motunui. I did put this in the girls' room. I love Moana. I love the Moana bar. So there is this like, I don't know, it's this tropical fruity, tropical floral. Like it's just this gorgeous tropical medley. I love it. Although I was sad to see Hey Hey pop up in that flash sale, you guys. Hurt my heart. Tells me probably Moana stuff is not coming back. Although I did see that they are doing like a feature for it. I think it's called like The Way of Water. It's coming to Epcot later on this year. Or is it later on next year? I don't remember exactly if it was 2023 or 24. But like they have built this attraction called Way of Water in Epcot, right? Like they're trying to change up Epcot, because Epcot gets a bad rap. They really do. And like as the Disney fanatic that I am, even though I've only been to Disney World twice, well, once as a kid and twice as a grown-up. Like I can't afford to go every year, right? Like there are people lucky enough to be like, oh well, we vacation at Disney every year. I don't have that kind of cash. I didn't have that kind of cash when my husband was here and working, and I sure as heck don't have it now. Like I did one day in just Universal Studios with my kids while we were down there, but like to pull off 4 Disney parks, that's out of my budget. So anyways, but they are doing this thing, The Way of Water. It's kind of centered around Moana, and they have Te Fiti. So like the goddess, right? The green goddess. So maybe we'll get lucky and they'll bring one other Moana thing back. I would love to see, like, could you imagine a Te Fiti warmer? I would die. Although they might get stingy and do something like that, like exclusively in the Disney parks when we get our stores. And I have no idea when those are opening, but Scentsy is participating in the Flower Garden Festival again this year. And we're like, they're doing the butterflies. So Scentsy will have a spot in the garden at Epcot. And maybe that's my ticket. Maybe that's my take. I need to go to Disney because I need to see the Scentsy flowers, because it's a tax write-off, right? Because it's an educational experience. I'm just telling you, like, consultants, plan your trip to Disney during Flower Festival and you can write it off on your taxes. But because it really is like it's a learning experience, training experience, like seeing our stuff in person, like learning about how Scentsy does it, and like seeing all this. And so whatever. So we're getting, I think 6. I think overall there's like 6 fragrances that are going into Disney parks again. It's either 5 or 6. But I'm pretty sure it's 6, and I'm not getting my notes. But so it's going to be like 3 classic best-selling fragrances like French Lavender and something else. And then 3 brand new fragrances will be coming our way that have specifically been curated, okay, designed and curated just for the Epcot experience, that we're going to get in bars. I know consultants will get early access to the Epcot bundle, but I don't remember when. And I don't remember when it's coming out, so please don't ask, because then it's in my notes and I'm not there yet. Like, that's not where my brain is at. My brain is at what needs to go into my club from Bring Back My Bar to make sure that I don't lose them, and then what tricks do they have up their sleeve to break my heart on fragrances that are leaving us, right? Like, where do I need to put my safe spot? I'm like a tunnel vision on making sure my club is good to go. Because then I get things like this, vanilla mint, and I avoid that horrible, like, gut-wrenching, sensey heartbreak of, I can't get my fragrance. And I know it's wax, okay? I know it's wax, and I know that there are bigger things, clearly, to be obsessed with or like not want to let go of, and wax seems silly, but I can't. And I especially now can't because I have emotional attachment to these scents. Vanilla mint, it's so good. It's so stinking good. And I'm sorry, like, it's good in our cleaning line. Like, I enjoy it in our cleaning line, but not half as much as I like it in the wax. Like, I love this in my room when I walk in and it's minty and smooth and comforting and like, oh, give me all the wax. Okay. Same thing with this one. Just Breathe. Okay. Now, I think it's coming back. I think. But it showed up in our whiff box in a new product. And after Vanilla Mint, okay, after Vanilla Mint coming out and clean, and then they took the wax bar away, I'm currently in severe panic that it might not be coming back. Like, I am on the edge of my seat for 4 days from now on the 28th, because it is the 24th as I'm shooting this. So I'm like, die. I need to know. Because it showed up in freaking hand soap, and now you have me terrified, okay? Just Breathe. First of all, this is a winter bar, okay? I'm so sorry. It really is. For me, Just Breathe is like this. It's an all year, okay? But I really I want it in winter when things are cold and I'm not feeling the best, or the kids are like not feeling the best. Like, all I wanted while we were sick a couple weeks ago is Just Breathe. Like, I just wanted my whole house to smell like eucalyptus. And I'm sorry for those of you out there who are like, who wants their house to smell like Vicks? Me. This girl right here. Anytime I'm not feeling the best, I want my house to smell like this version of Vicks. Like, if Vicks smelled like this, I probably would wear more of it just to sniff it. Another bar of the Pink Sunshine. This was definitely, like I said, from samples. So I don't need to get that again. Hold on. That has a partner. Okay. So I saw everywhere, and I'm probably sure that you've already seen this mix, the melon and apple granita with pear blossom and cucumber, being the 90s babies cucumber melon type fragrance from Bath and Body Works. It was okay. Like, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's something that I would probably do again. Like, the pear blossom and cucumber, like, I think I want to do this one on my own. But, like, it gave melon apple granita, like, this perfumey, like, it was a good mix. But I don't know. I think I like them better on their own. It's really hard to tell because I melted them on their own, and I need to get to it because I got one of each. But melon is not my favorite. Like, we know melon is not my favorite. And this is very clearly honeydew melon. Like, I get honeydew the minute that I sniff it, and melon's not my jam. Now, this pear blossom and cucumber, however, has this, like, soft, perfumey feel to it. Like, I need to experience this one on its own in the next couple of days to make a final decision about what I'm going to do with that. I did do a bar of sugared strawberry. I just freaking love it. I think we're okay. Do not quote me. Okay. We will go over what is leaving us list together. I think sugared strawberry is okay, but it's this, I know it's not an authentic strawberry. Okay. I get it. I don't really want authentic strawberry, if you want to know the truth, because I've smelled the coastal strawberry, because I picked it up in like a flash sale or a bundle, and like, I don't want, oh no, it's the Baymax bar. The Baymax bar was super authentic strawberry. Coastal Sunset is too, or coastal strawberry, but The Baymax bar smelled like just straight up mashed smoothie strawberries and like no vanilla cream of any kind. Like I think I still have some Baymax bars, but like nobody wants to take it's that bad. Maybe I can use that vanilla cream and mix it in there and make it like a good strawberry smoothie. But I like my sugared strawberry, my candied strawberry. Like, I don't care that it's artificial. It smells amazing. Okay. What else? We got the bar of Starburst Sky. So I have mixed emotions on this, you guys. I really do have mixed emotions. Fabulous on cold. And I hate to tell you because the pods are sold out, but like the pods, they perform fantastic. They got really good longevity. Like, they're amazing. Yeah, and like I have the pods going in my car, and I was concerned that it was going to be light, so I plugged in my Scentsy Go. Normally I just use my mini fan. And like I put them in, and I went to go pick Haley up from school, right? And I opened the door of the van, and Haley immediately goes, "Mom, what Scentsy do you have in here? It smells amazing." And the lady, like, helping her load into the car is cracking up, like, just dying. I'm like, it's the Starburst Sky from Valentine's, baby. And I'm like, can you just get in the car? We can talk about what Scentsy pods Mom has going, like, after we get out of the pickup line. No, I'm like, sit down. You can ask me after I buckle your seatbelt, right? So, like, the ladies got a good kick out of it, but, okay. So, wax-wise, this, I put it into my room because I don't know what, like, I thought it was going to be light, but I thought maybe there was a good chance that it wouldn't. And this kind of feels like bedroomy to me, right? Like, the Starburst Sky smells kind of like bedroom-esque because there's this musk. There's this hint of musk in there. Like, it's this really gorgeous, perfumey, sweet kind of fragrance, but there's a musky undertone that makes it almost like romantic, right? Which Valentine's collection makes sense, right? And it did phenomenal. It smelled amazing on day one. And then on day two, like, the sweetness fell away, and all I was left with was that musky note, which wasn't unpleasant. So I don't want to say that it was bad, right? Because it wasn't bad in any way. And I like musky, I like woodsy, I like the kind of cologne-y scents, but like, it's not what I was expecting. It was unexpected. So I do have another set of the Valentine's Day bars that I'm going to melt. I've got a lot of melting to get to in a very short time frame. People, like, I think I've got more wiggle room on Valentine's, right, though, because I don't have to make that decision before this month is over. I just have to bring back my bar decisions before this month is over, okay? So I'm going to give it another go. I'm going to give it another go because it's just like, it was not bad. It's just not what I wanted, if that makes sense. Now, in the pods, that sweetness stays, and I want that all day long. Like, I wanted that sweetness with the musky, and it just, like, went away. We have a bar of fresh ice. I did lower the number of bars. I lowered what I was getting in fresh ice because I'm finding that, like, I'm not reaching for it as much lately. And maybe that's just because, like, since I've been using the air purifier in my room, like, I'm not as congested. And again, no medical claim, my environment, my opinion, my freaking sinus allergies, right? Ever since I've put the air purifier in my room, and I run that during the day, right? I turn that off at night because I really just want my diffuser going at night because air purifier is just a tiny smidge louder than I like. I feel like I haven't needed this as much, right? Like, I haven't been as stuffed up. I haven't been waking up, like, needing to eject nasty things. It's just, I haven't needed it as much. So, but while we had the cold and everything, I did grab fresh ice. It's not coming out of my club, just so you know. It will go nowhere because But it is still available right now, so I think I might go in and make an adjustment to like put it in quarterly or something. Coconut. Oh, I know what I do with sugared strawberry. I mixed it with coconuts for coconuts. Okay, so when we were in Florida, right? Like you guys know, we went down for my grandmother's services, right? And we went, like, we rented a house with my mom and her boyfriend and my brother and my sister and all of that. We went down to Disney Springs for dinner one night, okay? And we went to this T-Rex restaurant, which, by the way, is the coolest freaking restaurant I've ever been in. And I got this drink called the Lava Flow, okay? And I'm not really a big drinker, right? Like, most of the time, like, I'm driving, right? Like, I have to drive. I've got the kids, and I choose to abstain from drinking. It's not that I'm like, no, you can't ever have a drink. It's just, like, it's not my go-to. But we went to this really nice restaurant, and I wasn't the one driving. So when I'm looking at this fun menu and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try that Lava Flow, right? Like, it sounds good. And it's like this, it's pina colada mix, strawberry puree, and coconut rum. Okay. It was not strong. It was not strong because I am a lightweight. I usually like one drink in, I'm like, my cheeks are so hot. Like, I can't have another, like, I don't drink enough to have any sort of tolerance to it. So like one mixed drink or whatever, one fruity mixed drink, and I'm all like, I'm sweating. Like, it does not take much. So like, I got through this full drink and I'm like, my cheeks are fine. Okay. So there's very like the smidge of rum in there just to kind of give it that extra element. So anywho, I was trying to recreate like the smell of that drink because I did actually go out and purchase the things to make the drink at home. I've had two. I have had two. One of which was on New Year's Eve with my sister. So it's not like I'm drinking every day, right? Like it'll probably be in there for a year before I finish it. So I was trying to recreate that with sugared strawberry. Now, I don't think coconuts for coconuts was the right one to go with. Like, silly me, I should have grabbed pina colada cha-cha with sugared strawberry, and that would have made sense because pina colada is literally what's in this drink. What do I grab? Suntan oil. Like, I love coconuts for coconuts, but I did not think that one through. Like, I could, this could go in my room all day, like my whole house, my room, like everything. This is my beach scent right here. This coconuts for coconuts and Bonfire Beach, which maybe I need to try and mix on. But yeah, silly me. I can retry that with the right combination because I do have pina colada cha-cha and sugar strawberry. And I just like, I'm telling you guys, this works sometimes, but a lot of the time it's not working. It's not functioning, and things that should make sense to me do not make sense to me. And like, it's this roller coaster of thoughts and emotions and ability to maintain. Like, I can only cram so much into there and process it all before I'm like, it's just like I'm a jumbled mess on the inside. It's like, you know, when you take a puzzle and you just shake it and then you're like, do the pieces, like all the pieces are there, they're just not fitting together all right. Okay. Did do a bar of Perk Me Up, of course. And I remember this being stronger. I'm gonna be honest. I remember this being a lot stronger. But of course, at that point, I lived in a 700 square foot cottage, you know, 2-bedroom cottage with lax. So I don't know if this just needs to sit longer and maybe cure, because that is a thing sometimes. Like, it was that way with Moana too. Like, the first time that I put it in, and I don't even see a pour date, and I ain't peeling that stuff up. So like, the first time that I put Moana in, right, and I was like, this doesn't do nothing. Like, I can barely smell it. And then I had a bar that sat for a while, and I was like, all right, well, we'll just get rid of this. I'll melt it in the girls' room. And I was like, this is amazing. I missed the boat. It needed to sit a little bit. And I'm thinking Perk Me Up might be the same way. Like, I've got a couple bars of it. I will put it in my club. Like, I am not gonna not put Perk Me Up in my club because I voted and voted and voted for this bar. And maybe it's just because I was sick, right? Like, I had a cold, Nuggie had a cold, Haley had strep. Like, it might have just been like I could not pick up on it, but I'm not really picking up on it in the clam either. Of course, I've also sniffed like an entire box full of wax at this point. So, I don't know. I'm going to put it in there for safekeeping. But I have Coffee Tree in my quarterly club. Hazelnut Latte, hands down, favorite going in monthly club. I think Perk Me Up is going to go into my quarterly club. And I will see what happens to that after I've let a bar sit for a little bit. Because 8 bars of coffee a year will do me, truthfully. Between 4 bars of Perk Me Up and 4 bars of Coffee Tree, 8 bars of coffee will do me. Because I'm not even calling, like, Hazelnut Latte is a coffee name, but that coffee is so subtle, and it's more like that richness. That was so good. I did do a bar of Summer Rain. I think this is still in my club, and this is the first time, because Summer Rain was a bring back my bar, the first time that I'm melting this, and I'm sniffing it, I get clean, I get fresh, I get water, but I can't say that this is sticking out in my mind as something like life-altering. Like, oh, I had Summer Rain going, and it was the most beautiful thing. Like, I'm smelling it, and I'm like, I probably enjoyed it, but it's like so... Like, the aquatic note in this is lovely, but it's not sticking out in my brain as something super memorable. So, as we are making room, if it is still in my quarterly club, which I don't remember at this point, it can make space for something that I find memorable. Okay, we got 2 more bars and a couple other things down the bottom here. We have a bar of red, white, and berry pie. Again, club decisions around the corner. Maraschino sugar cookie is in my club. This is still not leaving. Like, it reminds me of maraschino sugar cookie to a certain extent. But the bakery element in this is a whole different background. Maraschino sugar cookie is that very sweet. And this is a little more, it's got a little more like that pie note, like that bakery crust note, that buttery crust note in there without being like too over the top. Like, I'm sorry, this stays. It stays. It's not going anywhere. Last bar is a bar of Simply Irresistible. So this was from the prior Bring Back My Bar. This was one of mine and James's original bars. So and the more that I melt this and Zeppelin, okay, and Zeppelin was like my ride or die. I had to have it. I absolutely loved it. And I'm finding the same thing with Zeppelin, and I've let it sit, okay, that I did with Perk Me Up. Like, I remember it so vividly in my head from my 700 square foot cottage, from when James and I first got together, as being like this life-altering fragrance. And maybe it's just because it was like my first experience with Scentsy, and now, you know, like, and now I know more. Now I know more. Simply Irresistible, however, is a powerhouse. It's got that manly, like, cologne-y type fragrance, but it's got this little hint of spearmint in it that just gives it this fresh layer that's to die for. It just is. Okay. I found a couple more pods in the bottom of the basket. Let's take a look at these here real quick. We have a pod of Pink Sugar Berry Mint. Clearly came out of my car. It's probably down at a door. Like, I can still smell this. I can still smell this, but it's like not scenting my car anymore. So let it go. We do not hoard, we use. And then I have 2 pods in Very Snowy Spruce. So they're clearly in the bottom because I had a wall fan diffuser behind my Christmas tree. And like as soon as Christmas was done, I took that sucker down. Like I could not look at it anymore. It hurt to look at it. It caused me a lot of stress to look at it and I needed it gone. So Very Snowy Spruce, totally dead. Totally dead. That's okay. I just wanted it for behind the tree anyways. And then I told you guys already that I put the pink sunshine flower up there. If you want the pink sunshine flower, I'm sure you've seen enough photos of it. I'm not going to run and go get it from my desk. It's not necessary. And then I've got one other thing in here. Okay. So in the empties video that I scrapped, okay, I had brought, I had brought a couple of other things that are non-Scentsy items to share with you guys to my table. I did not do that this evening. I do use actual essential oils, okay? I use doTERRA and I use Scentsy. I use both of them. Depending on what my, like, do I need it just to fragrance my space, or do I need it for emotional reasons, which it's a thing, or do I need it for like medicinal reasons? Okay, so like I have an empty bottle here of wild orange, okay, because orange helps boost immune systems. It's supposed to help make you feel better. It's supposed to help like dispel germs. I also, and like it takes me a long time to go, do not scratch that. It takes me a long time to go through oils in general, like our oils, doTERRA oils, those kind of things, because yes, this is a tiny little bottle, but you got to think you're diluting it, right? Like you're diluting the oils into a large amount of water. So they go a very, very long way. So it's not like I'm always using oils. And I'll be honest with you guys, like I have so many diffusers that like if I were to go around and collect up every oil that I've used every time I do an empties video, it would drive me nuts. I'll just share them with you guys when they're empty. So I did finish out the 5 milliliter bottle of wild orange. Like I don't like this by itself. Like it does not smell the greatest. And then I have On Guard, which is their like a mood boosting thing in what they call their touch roller. And like you roll that on the bottom of your feet before bed and stuff to kind of just like help boost things up. So I did finish out, like I said, this 5 milliliter bottle of the oil. But the other product that I got from them, and this is going to be TMI, so if you don't want to hear it, feel free, go ahead, click off. I got one of their deodorants. I got their Balance deodorant, okay? One of the things that I found instantly, super gross, after James passed away, I could not, like I smelled, okay? Hands down, I had the worst BO. I mean, it was bugging me. And it's stress related, right? My hormones were out of whack. My eating was out of whack. My stress levels are through the roof. Like, I love my children, but I get touched out. Like, sensory, right? So Haley has sensory processing, you guys have heard me say. I'm pretty sure, like 99.9% positive she gets it from me. Because I have some of the same quirks that she has. And, like when I took Lex downtown this weekend or last weekend or whatever, right, to go see this show, and she, like, we're trying to drive out of Chicago, and she goes to turn up the radio. I'm like, I need you to turn that down. And she's like, well, why? And I'm like, because I need to pay attention to the road. Well, can't you? Why can't the music be loud? And I'm like, because it gives me sensory overload. Like, I can't be paying attention to jerk drivers, because I already don't like to drive downtown, right? Like, I cannot be trying to pay attention to getting out of a busy, busy city, people cutting me off, bright lights everywhere, and have the music blaring. Like, I can't, It's too much. So I had to turn it down. Like, not off, just like I can't have that much. So, you know, like I said, I'm positive where Haley gets her sensory stuff. Like the same way that I like fidget, or like I catch myself doing this with my hair every time it's down, right? Like it's a texture thing. Like I need the input and I don't know why. But like I see a lot of myself in her, and it just probably was not a thing when I was little. Like it's relatively new stuff. So anywho, so like the stress, right? Because I've gotten off on this tangent. The stress of everything has thrown my whole body out of whack. Not through, it's not past tense. I'm still going through it. Like physical reactions. So anyhow, you know, even though I wasn't like going out anywhere, right? Like I do not want to stink. I could shower and like scrub and still, and the only reason I'm sharing this is because again, I know that there are several widows like myself who are now watching my channel. And maybe this will help one of you, right? Like I don't sell doTERRA. I have a wholesale account with them. I've had it for a long time, like before Haley was born, long time. And like, I just want my reward points on my stuff. Okay. But they had the Balance deodorant and I'm like, okay, well, I've tried the Balance blend before, during pregnancy, not in deodorant form, but when I was pregnant with the two girls, like, come on, we all know pregnant women are hormonal. So I had the Balance oil. So I would diffuse it in my diffusers. And then I would also like use the roller ball like behind my neck or on my wrist or what. Like I love the Balance oil. So when I was just kind of poking around and I was like, you know what? I have tried every like scrubbing my armpits. I have tried, like my Degree always used to work, right? Like it's the best one on the market. So I had regular Degree, no longer working. I stepped up to the Motion Sense, still couldn't get rid of the smell. I swapped to men's deodorant and still could not get rid of the smell. And then I was like, okay, you know what? My essential oils always have come through for me. And believe me, I'm not hardcore toting essential oils per se, right? Like I use the ones that I need. Like I don't have this towering collection of them, right? Like I like fragrance oils better than essential oils because like, okay, that wild orange, it stinks. Like I don't want my whole house to smell that way, but whatever. So anyway, so I got the Balance deodorant and it's a blend that they put together. Not only does it smell amazing, no more smell, no more nasty, like, and I'm just being real here. Like I can't, like I'm doing good this week, right? But like over Christmas, I was not doing so great. So like, it was like, I wasn't showering for 3 days. Like I couldn't make myself physically like because I've always got the kids now, right? Like I don't get a break to shower. I don't. Like I can't be like, okay, hey baby, can you take care of the kids for me from, 20 minutes, let me run upstairs and go take a shower. I have to wait for them to go to bed. And they're getting to the stage where they're older. And it's okay for me to let them go play in their room for 10 minutes, except for the fact that they don't actually stay in there the full 10 minutes for me to shower. And sometimes it's like, I just want to stand there and let the hot water run over my body and enjoy the dang thing instead of being like speed washing before somebody else can strip naked and jump in there with me, right? Because it happens. It happens. I want to take a shower. No, you do not. Get out of my shower. But then they just stand there and talk to me the whole time, right? So it's not a nice shower when you have small children. It's just not. So if I want a good shower, like enjoy it, I need to wait for them to be in bed. And by the time I get them to bed, I'm freaking exhausted. I'm gonna be honest. Like I did do that last night. Like I watched my little thing from Heather Quizzle. And again, if you were like me, look her up. you need her in your life. So I watched that, and then I was going to just go upstairs and go to bed. I'm like, you know what? No. Nope. It's been 3 days. I'm getting in the shower. You are getting in the shower. And I made myself get in the shower. But, like, I had to make myself do it. So anyways, so the reason that I'm talking about this deodorant, right, is, like, I can go 3 to 5 days and I still don't stink. Like, whatever is in that balance blend is magic. It's just freaking magic, because it took whatever was going on in this hormonal situation here with all of the stress and all of the meltdowns and all of the whatever, and neutralized it. Like, gone. Like, it is the best dang deodorant I have ever used. It, hands down, best deodorant I've ever used. So, just trust me, doTERRA Balance deodorant, the bomb. And then what's the other thing? I'm taking their hormone complex supplements. And I also have Serenity for sleeping, right? So, like, I've got the Serenity blend that I use occasionally, like if I'm having trouble sleeping, which, let's be honest, no surprise, right? Like, I'm all over the map on sleeping. Like, some days I could probably sleep 14 to 16 hours and not think twice about it. And then there's other days where, like, I went to bed and then I tossed and turned and tossed and turned and tossed and turned. And it was like, before I knew it, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, I have to be up in 4 hours. Just go to sleep. And then I, like, I don't know why I didn't think to come downstairs that day and take the Serenity Complex. But, like, if my brain is that busy, I know why, because it's a school night. And it does help me sleep, right? Like, there's no melatonin in it, which I love, because I've tried melatonin in the past. And then I wake up the next day feeling freaking hungover for like 3 days. Me and melatonin don't get along. But the Serenity Complex, it does. But I'm not, like, woohoo, hopping out of bed at 6 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever the heck it is. So, like, I tend not to take those things unless I don't have to set my alarm. So the Serenity Complex is helping, I feel. And then I cannot remember the name. It's so, like, it's the blue bottle. It's specifically for, it's in, like, if you look at doTERRA, right? doTERRA shop, women's products. It's the one for hormones, okay? So in the deodorant, okay, I've been using a little bit longer. Like, I added on that hormone supplement thing at a different order. So the deodorant, bomb neutralizer on stinky armpits. It's amazing. Right out of the gate. And then I added the hormone one because, like, the post holiday or the post Christmas crash, right? Like I said in the beginning, I don't want to be the train wreck, right? I don't want, and it's not that, like, I don't want to be like, I don't have this mentality like, oh, I don't want to be that widow. It's just like, whoa, God, that cat scared the crap out of me. There's a cat. Oh, you didn't even see it. Oh, it went away. Now I just look like a psycho. It's not that I feel like I need to do better than anybody else or, prove anything to anybody else, but, like, I cannot, for my own sake and my own sanity and for my children, I can't just stay the train wreck, right? Like, I can crash, and I'm going to crash, and I'm going to keep crashing, and I'm probably going to crash for the rest of my mother drunken life because my mom still crashes, but I cannot be the permanent train wreck. So whatever I have to do to get to somewhere where it's just like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I don't know that I'm ever going to feel completely safe or secure or set in my life ever again, right? Like, you can't have and experience the greatest love of your life and be with your soulmate and think, like, you can't be me and think, oh, well, there's something else out there for me. There's not. And, like, nobody will ever be able to live up to my husband. They just won't. So, like, You know, I see some of these widows dating at 7 months and I'm like, oh, I'm jealous, sort of, to a point, right? Like, oh, to feel like you can move on and like there's something good left out there. I am super jealous, okay? Because I don't feel that. I don't have any desire. And this is not coming from a place of judgment, right? Like we're all on our own thing. And I'm sorry that this has like gone down the widow rabbit hole. But I don't know. We're all in a different spot. And seriously, I judge nobody. Like I have no business judging anybody's life choices, okay? Because Lord knows I've made my fair share of mistakes. But like, I don't want everything from me to only just be about she's the girl with the dead husband, right? Like that's not, like there is a lot about me. You guys, I'm an open book. I share too much about myself, especially here, right? Like I don't know what it is about the YouTube platform. Maybe it's just because like I get to go on my tangent and I dive down the rabbit hole. And if you don't like it, you don't have to come with me. It's easy to click off, right? I don't know. There's so much more about me. There just really is. But I am in like this weird phase. Like I need movement, but movement is exhausting. And like I'm still myself, but I'm not myself anymore. Like I don't know. I'm in this weird spot. So I just figured I would share with you guys some of the things that I'm doing or using outside of, I mean, Scentsy brings me joy. Let's be straight. If it was not for Scentsy, I don't know where I'd be. I don't know where I'd be because I've got this whole amazing community of women surrounding me all the time who are upbeat, who are positive, who are supportive, who are loving, who are like, they're a gift. Like this community is the biggest gift that I never knew I needed, right? And that's just the truth. Like I'm so lucky to be here. I'm so lucky to have already like had some sort of base, I guess, because when my life crashed, yeah, I mean, I wasn't able to just pick myself right up by the bootstraps, but like I had already this community around me. So that like, it was kind of like somebody was holding a cloud underneath me so that when I hit it, yeah, I still went through, but I didn't hit quite as hard, like I don't know, like a Care-a-Lot cloud, like Care Bear cloud, right? Like, boing, okay. So, I don't know. That's it. That's what I got for you guys. And I've gone on way too long and I really need to go to bed because now I'm just like, I have no idea where I'm going with this. But if you guys ever want to chat, because like I said, I do know that there are several of us on here now. And I'm finding not a lot of people are open about this, right? Like nobody wants to talk about this, where we're at, except the one gal that I found, right? Like, and she shouldn't have to be alone. The lone person on these platforms. Now, I do not have any of the accreditation she has. I'm not a counselor of any kind. But I'm starting to come out of this like completely selfish space where it's like me. Don't get me wrong. I have plenty of the moments, but like I'm starting to come at least a little bit outside of this selfish space, being like, okay, you know, there's virtually no exclusive resources for us. So like you can go to grief counseling, but they haven't lost their husband, you know, most of the part. And that's if you can, like in my area, that's good luck if you can find one. You can go to a support group, but then they're going to mix everybody in because I did try to do that. I went to a local support group on recommendation of the school. And as I sat there and, you know, said, you know, they asked the question about, you know, who's your best friend? I'm like, my best friend's gone, dude. Like, why are you asking me this? This is a stupid question. And then the lady next to me starts making jokes about having to spend too much time with her husband at Christmas time. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I mean, No, no. So there's really like, there's nothing for us, you know, outside of some Facebook groups, which I'm in, admittedly, I'm in. And sometimes I need to just go there to vent. Like, if I'm having a hard moment and I need to just like scream it from the rooftops, because I have those. It's a great place to go to vent, but it's also like I can't stay immersed in it because it's only the sadness. Like it's only, there's not a lot of like upbeat, hey, I did this. I mean, occasionally there is, but you know, for the most part, it's like just the heavy. So, and if you want to get dragged down to the bottom of the ocean with an anchor around your ankles, please feel free to come to this group where we all vent and we all yell at the world, because, you know, we all need that, but I can't, I don't know. Consider this your safe space. I'm not an expert. I can't really walk you through anything, but I can sure shit listen. So if you've made it this far, thank you guys, and I will catch you all later. Bye-bye.